Good morning, Kansas City. This is the Border Patrol on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Stephen St. John and Nate Bucati with the Drake. Jason Justice filling in for Jake Gutierrez. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you to the people that came out and said hello to me at Nick and Jake's yesterday, including Nate and his mom. Did you have fun?
We had a good time. We had a very good time.
I was discouraged from betting against your team yesterday because I was told there was no chance. What happened?
Not by me.
Well, by some guy with a beard. So.
By a guy with a beard who's been known to give bad gambling advice from time to time.
Weren't they a pretty heavy favorite or what?
They were pretty heavy favorites. They
What happened?
They dominated the game, but the problem about soccer is if you don't score goals, none of that other stuff really matters, and they didn't score. And then, as you know, because you're prompting me to talk about it, the other team, Porto, scored a hell of a goal in stoppage time, like the very, very, very end of the game, to beat my team, Arsenal, 1-0.
How big of an upset was that?
Pretty big, but the good news is Arsenal get to play them at home to decide the tie, as they say. So if Arsenal can win by 2 goals when they go back to London, then Arsenal can still advance in the tournament, you know. So it's an upset, and it puts them in a tougher spot. But by no means is the series over. I still fancy Arsenal to advance. So it was. They did a great job getting the game on for me. As you know, high maintenance me walked right in and started demanding that they switch it to a television. They can get anything you want on the TVs at Nick and Jake's.
Right.
And had a great talk with Kevin Timmons, who's a wonderful human being. So it was awesome. It was good to be there. It was my team lost, but that's okay. Had good fellowship with you and everybody at Nick and Jake's.
Greg Gurley was there. Mike Boddicker was there. Jamie Bloomer was there.
Yep.
That was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah,
a lot of good listeners. So
met a couple of nice listeners that I think. Did they say that they worked at my son's school?
At least one of them,
yeah.
I believe.
Well, yeah, one of them, yeah. So that was cool. Yeah. Gurley kind of big timed us. He didn't have time to talk to me and my mom.
He had a business meeting.
Yeah, he said, I'm signing big deals, you know.
Right.
So, but Boddicker sat with us for a while.
Yeah, he was there for a while. He was there for almost an hour, I thought, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Always good to see the guys come out and support the remote. See, when you show up to one of our remotes, you never know who's going to be there. You could have met Greg Gurley. You could have met Nate Bucati. You could have met Mike Boddicker. You could have met Jamie Bloomer.
Could have met my mom.
Yeah. Did she have fun?
She always has a good time at that stuff. Yeah. She's very happy to be living in the Kansas City area now so she can come to things like this.
I thought you were going to say she's just happy to be living. Like, yeah.
Well, that too. I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah. Ain't no kidding. That's the truth. So, and then MLS last night kicked off.
Yeah. Lionel Messi and Inter Miami played the first game, and I actually saw they were getting some love on ESPN before the game, and watched that last night. It was the team they played, Real Salt Lake, is a old rival of Sporting Kansas City's, and they did not really show up in the first half of that game at all. But they did in the second half, and they played really well. But once again, doesn't matter if you don't score, and they didn't score, and so Miami tacked one on. Messi had a couple of assists in the game, and the season is underway now, baby. Everybody else plays this Saturday, and I'm excited. Going to be a big year for Major League Soccer.
When's your first game?
My first game is Saturday. It's in Orlando. Orlando City against Montreal, and I think that's going to be a good game. Orlando was really good last year. Montreal, not, but they got a new coach. That's always exciting to see what the new coach is going to bring to the table. And Sporting Kansas City are at Houston in Week 1, and, of course, that's a game you can hear here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. And then next weekend is the home opener for Sporting KC, and I'll be calling that one for Apple TV. Very excited about that. I'm going to head out to training today. Sporting has a media availability at training today, so I'll go out there and get some. I think we're going to have Tim Melia on the show tomorrow to talk about the upcoming season for Sporting KC, veteran goalkeeper who came back from injury last year and was really good when he did. So if they can keep him healthy this year, that'd be big for Sporting.
So soccer started back up. We had the Mavericks head coach in yesterday. Spring training is underway. As Jack Johnson and Saran Petro were out there this week covering baseball. We're in the thick of Big 12 basketball with the Big 12 tournament only, about 3 weeks away. So that's right around the corner. The Current and that new stadium is going to be opening up next month.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing?
I'm excited to go to that stadium. I mean, every time I drive by it.
Ooh, there's some people pissed off, boy.
They're mad about the stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, what are they mad about? I don't know this. I don't know this drama.
Oh, really? Jake, you see all this?
I have not.
On the social media?
Uh-oh. People are mad on social media?
Don't look it up.
Okay, all right.
Tell me why there was public outrage last night about the Current.
I don't know.
People were hot. People are hot.
Do they trade somebody or are they?
No. What do people get mad about in Kansas City?
Food?
No.
Did it have to do with Quick Trip?
No. We'll get to that.
Okay. What do people when you can't remember what state you're in?
Having to do with sporting events.
Parking.
Yeah.
Oh, parking's a problem, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And so I'll just read to you from a story at KCTV5. The KC Current are less than a month away from kicking off their first season at CPKC Stadium. The Current will host the Portland Thorns on March 16th. However, a parking spot outside the stadium may cost you more than a seat inside. Wednesday afternoon, the team revealed, I like that terminology, revealed that single game GA parking will cost,
I'm going to say $50.
$50.
$50.
Plus taxes and fees per match.
Taxes and fees?
Let's see. Jerry Aldini, I don't know who Jerry Aldini is, but he says $50 seems a little steep. And it's for a gravel lot across the street from the new home of the Current. I wonder if they're going to pave it. That's a big question. But the price for parking has raised eyebrows across the metro. So the Current play 13 games at home this season. And if you park at every one of them, that's $650 plus taxes and fees. So, people are hot about it. What do you think of that?
Well, parking.
They don't fall under the auspices of MLS, do they?
No. They're an NWSL.
Can you speak freely, or?
Well, I don't really.
Corporate Nate have to.
No, I suppose
bite his tongue. Well, because if you think, I don't want you to I think it's a great deal.
No,
it's a bargain. I'd pay double the.
That does seem kind of steep.
Like if I would have told you, hey, what do you think they're going to charge for parking at the Current? What would you have said?
$20.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Are there fewer parking spots than there are seats?
That's what I was just about to say. I'm wondering if, because, and I don't even know, does the streetcar make it all the way down there?
This is a picture from the
parking lot. Yeah,
across the street.
I've driven around the stadium. I haven't taken a tour or anything like that. I know at some point,
and they're calling that GA parking, and so I would assume there's got to be some kind of VIP parking or higher grade parking if they, you're not going to say GA parking if there's not something higher that you can get, right?
Right. Yeah, so, and I think the idea supposedly is that at some point in time the streetcar will go down there, but it doesn't right now. It if I'm reading this thing right, it still just makes that loop around the city market. That's not. I don't know. Can you even really walk over to the stadium from there? You got to go across a bridge at some point. So they might be playing on. It's a supply and demand thing, you know. And if
I saw one tweet. Even if you buy a full season pass, it's still first come, first serve across 3 different lots. This is not cool considering parking has been free since the team came back to KC. Bad move, Current. Try again.
Oh, try again.
That's from Justin.
Well, I think they probably wouldn't say this publicly, but their response privately would probably be, okay, don't pay it.
Wow. You elitist, condescending,
Is that what
soccer. I don't know how to finish that.
elitist Richard. Well, my point
I
is...
thought you were going to say something like, well, the Chiefs charge 60, 65, and I was going to tell you, don't compare. Don't do that.
I didn't do that. But, I mean, I guess they're... In 2025, the streetcar will extend downtown to Riverfront Park. So in a couple years, you can just park in City Market or somewhere like that and take the streetcar. But for now, what are you going to do? You got tickets to the game. I guess they're betting on the fact that you're not going to let the cost of parking keep you from going to the game.
I understand it from that point of view. But
I'm not saying it's right.
Not nice to the
to
consumer.
the customer. No,
That seems like gouging.
a little bit maybe. That's steep. That's
are
steep for parking.
they hurting for ticket sales? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they're selling tickets. But hey, every
I believe it's
organization's
sold
good.
out for the season.
That's what I mean. I don't know. Look, there's a lot of people that were complaining last night, and I thought, well, I better bring this up to Nate.
Yeah.
Because it did seem like, whoa, hold on here. And I thought, okay, maybe it's tiered parking. And that's like, you park right up against the stadium or something. But no, that's just gravel lot, GA, first come, first serve.
Yeah, that tells me that.
And people don't want to hear this, but like the Chiefs, they can charge whatever they want, and they're going to get it because they're the greatest sports franchise in the world right now, period. And don't you say FC Rakafufu or something.
I want to name a team FC Rakafufu.
I don't know. That just seemed something.
Actually, Real Madrid's worth more than the Chiefs.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Greatest organization in the United States.
Nobody
far.
can ask. They, whatever they ask for. Okay, that's reasonable.
Well, and
you're gonna go see one of the greatest shows.
Yeah.
In sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We talk about the greatest player maybe in NFL, the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah.
I mean, Hall of Famers all over the place, world champions. Okay, and that's not that much more than $65.
Yeah.
That's how much is it to park out at Sporting?
God, that's a good question.
This guy ain't paid for parking in years.
My valet, buddy.
No idea.
I'm on the valet list.
They charge? They charge for tickets?
There's a lot of parking out by Children's Mercy Park. You know what I mean? And they have a park and ride where you can park for free in certain lots and then take a shuttle. Here's what I guess I would say, and I know you're going to accuse me of just standing up for the team or whatever.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'll let the listener do that.
I'm trying to see if I can find parking here. Sporting Kansas City.
What is it out of Kaufman this year?
I guess it's around $20, right? The thing I would say on the flip side, the ownership of the KC Current are trying to be groundbreakers when it comes to making to allowing a professional women's sports team to take a step to a whole nother level, as people say. They're the first organization in the world, as far as we're aware, to build a specific stadium for a women's sports team.
Go ahead. Let me say this real quick because I'm giving you information as I'm.
Yeah.
And the article at KNBC Channel 9 says after taxes and fees, parking is $68 a game.
Yeah,
that's more than the Chiefs.
I like to know what the fees are. Like, what's the fee? Isn't the parking the fee?
I'm just it just jumped from 50 to 68.
Yeah.
Come on.
Looks like if you want to park relatively close to Children's Mercy Park, you can get a ticket, a parking pass for $25. So, a lot cheaper to park at a sporting game.
Trina Hawkins, the president of the Blue Crew fan club, says a lot of people are freaking out, quite honestly. People are just stunned and figuring out what to do now. I've already seen people put their tickets up for sale online. Because what did I say, 68?
Yeah.
Quick maths here.
Quick maths. We did times 13.
Yeah. I'd like to be exact. 884 for the season. That's not nothing.
That's close to $1,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to business, you have to calculate supply and demand. Are people willing to pay it? They might, and is it, will they grumble and be mad and still pay it? Or will this actually cause people to sell their tickets, or not want to go to the game?
The city has permitted 2,300 spaces for parking, while the stadium has 11,500 seats.
Yeah, so parking is going to be in demand. So what's everybody else going to do?
I mean, how many, I would say it's very few people can just go alone.
Right.
You can have 3 or 4 people in your car, probably.
But still, 2,300.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say that you're averaging, 3 people a car?
Carpool, rideshare.
Yeah. You're going to have to do that. I'm looking on their website.
Uber, Lyft.
You're going to be doing that. The stadium is located at the end of Riverfront Heritage Trail, a 15-mile bike and pedestrian pathway that leads right to the stadium doorstep.
Well, you tell people to ride a bike down there?
That's what it sounds like. That sounds like they're suggesting that. Maybe park and rent one of those electric bikes or something. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No.
It's something I haven't really considered because I want to take my daughter down to some of those games.
The closest KC streetcar stop is over a mile away.
Yeah. Yeah, and in 2015, it'll take you there. That'll be great. But it seems like they're hitting people kind of hard on parking in the meantime.
Season ticket holders outnumber available spaces, obviously.
Yeah, so...
The Current provided this statement to KNBC.
Oh, boy.
We are the most passionate fans in the entire NWSL.
That's right.
We're excited to give our season ticket members the first opportunity to purchase limited parking passes available for the new downtown stadium. We will offer very limited prepaid single match on-site parking to current club members and the rest of our fans at a later date. We are thrilled to offer other solutions that align with our focus on model and sustainability for off-site parking and transportation, including park and ride options, ride share, streetcar, bus, bike, and shuttle services. Stop telling people to ride a bike. Okay? I mean, you got kids. Just stop that. Okay. There might be like a few people that can ride a bike there. That's not reasonable.
It looks like a lovely trail,
maybe
though,
for you.
to ride
I don't
a bike.
know. You're going to take
Come on,
Opie
kids.
down there and hop on a bike and,
We'll take our bikes on a bike. I have a bike rack. I don't think I have a hitch that I can put it on my car anymore.
That's just a little touch condescending, Oh, well, you think it's too much? Ride a bike. Got a bike trail.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, and is there a pedestrian bridge that goes over the river down there? I don't even know.
You got a lot of questions you're throwing out there.
Well, yeah, this
You're
is honestly
the soccer guy.
I'm not the parking guy.
Well, you could be. Maybe you should be.
Maybe I should be. I didn't really even think about that. I drove the kids down around the stadium a couple weeks ago just to show it to them because I think the stadium looks awesome.
Our season ticket members now know that they have the option to purchase season-long parking passes. More information about our off-site parking and transportation opportunities will be available in the coming weeks. I think it's just a shock to the system. And like with you, okay, $50. Okay. Wrap your head around that. Fees.
It's
So
a lot.
So then it's 68. So what's that then? What's the 50? I mean, it's just, it's a lot.
Taxes and fees. Yeah. It is a lot. I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't, man. $68 is nothing to sneeze at. I guess my point is, you calling it gouging and everything. I don't know how much money this ownership group's going to have to make to start making money, because I believe they put the $117 million up to build this thing. And they got it. I don't blame them for wanting to make that money back. So,
some people are mad because they're saying the parking costs more than their ticket, than their season ticket.
Supply and demand.
That just seems off.
Yeah. Now I get it. I like I said, I think that it seems like this is supply and demand. There's very limited parking there, and so they're going to charge premium for it. And then
think it's too much, Drake? I can't
Seems
get this guy
excessive.
to, huh?
Yeah, seems excessive. Absolutely.
Like, what would you, like, if I would have asked you before this, what do you think they're going to charge for parking down there? What would you say?
Between 20 and 30.
Yeah, I would have said 25.
yeah. Yeah.
That's a big, because then, like they say, taxes and fees, and then it's 68's a lot. But, like you said, if you're going to want to go, you're going to pay it. And that's their attitude. But it just seems like, somewhat excessive. So,
Yeah, no, I don't deny that, and I don't know what to tell people. I mean, I hope it doesn't chase people away from going to the games, because
I mean, it's not going over well so far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if
yeah,
they had to have anticipated that type of reaction.
yeah. I just hope everybody keeps in mind that this is an ownership group that's invested in. If you're getting season tickets to this, I think you're probably a supporter of women's sports, and this is an ownership group that's invested in women's sports on a level that no one's ever seen in the world before, and they're going to try to recoup those investments. I mean, what they're trying to do is prove that it works. That you can build a stadium for women's soccer and actually make money, and people will show up and people will want to be a part of it. So, I'm not saying that means that every single move they make is going to be right. And I don't know the finances of everything, but I know the stadium ended up costing a heck of a lot more. I think they thought it was going to cost them about $70 million, and I think it ended up costing like over $115 million to build. So I don't know how many parking passes you got to sell to make that up, but and I'm sure I'm honestly thinking about, like, as a fan, if I go down there, what will I do? I hope they better come up with some really good park and ride options somewhere. A shuttle that'll pick you up and take you to the stadium. Because that there's going to be a lot of people that are just going to say, I'm not paying $68 every time I got to go park.
Right.
So they need to come up with some good solutions for that.
We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHP. Welcome back to the Border Patrol on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Stephen St. John and Nate Bucati with the Drake, Jason Justice filling in for Jake. Where's he? Where'd he go?
He's at a men's advancement. Instead of a retreat, it's an advancement.
Oh, so they're moving forward instead of...
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I feel like it's back in Colorado.
Wonder what they charge to park there.
Right. What are the fees and taxes?
I don't think they believe in taxes.
So are you... I did think of you when I saw this. Because two people that get all hot and bothered about uniforms are you and Curtis Siebold.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the uniform patrol.
So what about... So what they showed yesterday, are those the Quick Trip patches that are going to be on the Royals uniforms? I mean, is that actually going to be it?
I think so.
You got a problem with this? Come on.
Well, first of all, as a soccer snob, I have become very accustomed to sponsors on uniforms. So I can't really sit there and act like I'm totally against it. I love Quick Trip, and I love the Royals.
So do I.
And I love the Royals, so...
I was tweeting a Quick Trip yesterday.
Yeah.
So, trying to get something done.
It doesn't seem like it fits on the uniform very well. Like it's just like it's a different color scheme than what the Royals wear. I have to say I don't love it. But, hey, I guess I come down to this. If it makes the Royals some more money and helps them pay for players, let's go. I'm all for it.
It's a little weird to me that it's not going to be on the same side of everybody's uniform, that it's going to be depending on which side you bat or which side you throw. It'll be on the off arm so that it can be seen on television more. That's a little weird to me, but I guess it makes sense.
I would assume it'll be on, like, if you're a left-handed batter, it'll be on your right arm because then it's
Yes.
facing forward when you're at the plate.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes sense, though.
And then if you're a pitcher, it depends on which arm you throw with. It's a little odd. But what if you're a switch hitter? Do you get two? I don't know.
It doesn't seem like there are very many switch hitters left in the game these days.
No, that's another statistical thing that's killing it, but that's neither here nor there, nor parking.
What do you think of it, Steven?
I mean, those things don't bother me really,
Yeah.
and I'm with you. If it helps them, it helps the organization. And being a fan of Quick Trip and the Royals,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah, there's a Quick Trip
Alright.
going in our neighborhood, and it just opened up, and it's like everybody's excited. Quick Trips are great.
Is this they're gonna have like taquito night
I
or
mean,
something like that, or
why not?
how can we make this happen?
Yeah. Breakfast taco night.
Whatever. I mean, anything like that, I'm all good. But
Yeah.
people, it was a night of outrage
People were mad, huh?
about Quick Trip patches and current parking.
Would you be mad if the Chiefs had a jersey sponsor, somewhere on there?
Is going to help them keep Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed.
Right.
I don't. There's other things to be upset about or outraged about. I don't mind it. I'm okay.
Red Quick Trip patch would look better on the Chiefs uniforms than on the
It
Royals.
fit
Yeah.
right in.
That's the only thing is I almost feel like they should have made it a blue QT or something. I know that's not their logo, but it doesn't really match the uniform, but whatever.
I thought you'd be all pissed off about it. with your
Well,
uniforms.
this is where my soccer fandom puts me over a barrel, because they all have jersey sponsors.
It's okay for you to criticize things about soccer
Yeah.
if you feel that way.
Well, I will say there is a limit. Some leagues in soccer, there's like the whole jersey's just got sponsors all over it, and I'm more like in most of the world now, and like what it is in MLS. There's a jersey sponsor, and I think you can get one on the sleeve, and that's it. I don't want a uniform that's just cluttered up with logos all over it. But one logo on the sleeve. Well, here's my initial reaction. This is the truth. My initial reaction. Like when we were a kid and they would do giveaway day, you'd get some kind of. I remember, like I was, collecting those plastic batting helmets, and they
Right.
gave away white Royals batting helmets with like the Crown logo on the front, and I still have it at home, and it's got a big Hostess logo on the back of the helmet. Like a lot of the stuff you used to get as giveaways,
Yeah, I didn't like that.
they always had sponsorships on them. So this almost looks like looking at a Royals player wearing this right now. It looks like, oh, they got that at one of the giveaway days. It was,
My dad used to get mad because I wouldn't wear the stuff that had sponsors on it.
yeah. It's Jersey Day, sponsored by Quick Trip, and you get your jersey, but it's got a Quick Trip logo on it. It doesn't feel like the same
See,
thing.
I wouldn't mind that too much.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm my affinity
Quick
for
Trip fan.
Quick Trips.
Yeah,
for
me
TT.
too. Yeah, I mean, at least it's a good local product, too. Something that's kind of unique to the Midwest, Quick Trip. And a good product.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. So
Did it help him re-sign Bobby Wood Jr.?
you're not outraged by anything the people of Kansas City were outraged about last night.
Nope. I feel like there's other things to save your outrage for.
Right.
Was Curtis mad?
I don't know. Let's see.
I can see him getting kind of mad at that one. I mean, honestly, I don't think it looks great. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, I'd like you to be. I don't know why I have to dig that out of you.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not outraged. I just don't think it just doesn't look great. But whatever.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm looking up Curtis's tweets to see if he had any.
Now, he didn't say too much, but he retweeted a couple of things.
Okay. I will say this. I don't
I
think
will
it
tell
looks.
you what, it stands out.
Yeah.
They're getting their money's worth. You
It
ain't gonna
pops.
miss that one.
Yeah. I don't think it looks good, but if it helps re-sign Bobby Wood Jr. to a long-term contract like they just did, worth it. Loved it.
All right. So you're good with everything. you just love it all.
Outrage!
Oh,
Ah, harumph, harumph.
I can see the soccer thing. That you're unwilling to criticize anything with that sport. I get that. But this uniform thing, you've complained about all kinds of different uniform changes and things like that. And I thought you'd be all over this one.
So, like, I do love the Royals, how clean the Royals uniform has always looked. Just the royal blue and white and the powder blue. I hated it when they went to the black uniforms. That was so stupid. I hated that.
I don't know why they just don't. The powder blue isn't always the road uniforms, and just
They should be powder blue on the
Leave it
road,
be.
white and blue at home. They're great uniforms, wonderful uniforms. I do think that throwing a bright reddish orange patch on the side does kind of screw with that cleanliness a little bit. I don't love that.
there. Finally dug that out of you. Good.
But like I said, if the price is right, I mean, let's go.
Let's take a break. Back after this on WHP. Welcome back to the show. Let me tell you something. Talk about people being hot, people being outraged. I was hot this morning until about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Let me tell you something. I've hit it pretty well. I have been steaming mad since about 4:30 or so. I'm a man of routine. Okay?
Yes.
And so I like to take some time when I get up, read through the social medias, check my emails, because I have a wonderful hands-on boss that enjoys a good 2:30 a.m. email. So I got to check that, right? I mean, got to be ready. Got to be ready at all hours to catch them emails.
Yeah. Get be on your toes.
You always, Chad Boger, 2:32 a.m. Like, well, okay, let's see. But you know what? It keeps you on your toes.
That's right. When you wake
Right.
up in the morning, there might be something
There's
to see.
going to be some action
Yeah.
on my phone that happened overnight.
Right.
Or somehow there's a text message from Phil at 12:15 a.m. I'll be home tomorrow. Thanks for the early warning. And so, then I know, because then here's the deal. When he doesn't text me, and I go to leave, and his car's not in the driveway,
That's not good.
Then he's getting a call where
Right.
and I'm all wound up. So I get up to go through my emails, to check on any. Sometimes news breaks overnight. I got nothing. My phone's not working. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Did I fat finger something? I hit the wrong button. There's got to be operator error.
Right.
I go through everything for about 15 minutes. To the point now I'm behind schedule. But I'm OCD. I'm silly like that. I can't. I'm just. This has brought my morning to a screeching halt. Because I'm overly dependent on my phone. And so
Aren't
then,
we all?
And then I got it. I got to hop in the shower, get ready to go. Because I got a 35-minute drive. I'll worry about it. Then I have to forget about it. Then I get in the car, and I'm like, I need to listen to some music to get me fired up for my morning. Hit that Spotify. Nope, no network. What is? Start, restart. Then I get here. I'm thinking, well, maybe the fellas. Also, I got here and I forgot Jake was off and his car wasn't here, and I panicked. I keep forgetting my phone wasn't working. I go, oh God, where's Jake? Call Jake. No network. Get in here. I see Jake. I says, your phone working okay? He goes, oh, it's great. I love it. And then you come in here. Everything's fine. I go, I've done something. I have a damaged SIM card, whatever. I don't want to go through this. I've got so many things on my. Please, why? The aggravation. My third arm, my phone. I can't be without it. And I've just been steaming over here.
You have been.
And then the commercial break, something pops up. Because I did when I got to where I connected to Wi-Fi, so at least I can email and I get my news updates. Cell phone outage hits AT&T customers nationwide. Verizon and T-Mobile users also affected. So if you are like me and you are wondering what the hell's wrong with my phone this morning, it's not you. It's beyond your control. There's a nationwide outage going on with multiple carriers. The outages started popping up just before 2:30 a.m. Eastern. No, 2:30 Central, sorry. According to Down Detector, which is a website you can go to, and it reports how many reports are out there of outages or whatever else. Most users, 55%, say they are having issues with mobile phone service. More than a third of customers report being affected say they have no signal at all, and 8% of users say their mobile internet is down. So there.
I had a phone panic just after midnight. I thought I heard a phone buzzing, and I'm on call 24/7. So
That's right.
I reach over to my bedside table, and it's not there. So I think, oh, did I knock it on the floor? So I feel around, can't find it, turn on the light, get up, look everywhere, can't find my phone anywhere. And I start trying to think where I was before I went to bed, and I remember my wife thought she heard a leak from underneath the tub. So I had opened up the pipe access in the wall and definitely found a leak, looked like $1,000. And then I sealed that back up, so I had to open up my wall at about 12:30 this morning and look inside, and sure enough, there was my phone with the flashlight on.
Oh, wow.
Inside the wall. So that was my phone panic overnight.
Much different.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There was at one point I was going to put my phone through a wall, so that could have. I don't know that you realize how mad I was.
I mean, I'm starting to pick up on it. You were definitely.
Because I was blaming. Because I knew I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
And you idiot! What did you do?
Well, I feel like you were mad at me and Drake because our phones were working.
Well, no, it was a letdown.
Yeah.
No, you were mad at us because our phones were working.
Yeah. But then it meant, oh, it's me.
Right.
It's just my phone, and that was a deflating. I was hoping. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's all of us, and that was a big letdown. So then, oh, it's me. But then my spirits were lifted.
You're not
when
alone.
I see it's a nationwide outage, and there's a bunch of people going through it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm helping someone out there because I'm sure there's people out there that are listening to the show,
Wondering why their
saying
phone's
things like,
not
why
working.
is my phone? Well, there you go.
Don't slam your phone down on the concrete.
And don't sit and do what what I've done now 15 times, and go through every possible thing. Turn this on.
Right.
Like I'm crazy.
You're chasing your tail.
So there it is.
Just be
I'm not
patient.
crazy. You thought I was crazy.
Enjoy.
I thought I was crazy.
Enjoy the brief
No.
moment away from your phone.
No.
No? Can't do it.
Not. I can't.
Can't do it.
No, because I mean, I got people. There's a satisfaction in knowing someone needs me to get a hold of me. I got Steve St. John Sr. is in Mexico. Texting me things he absolutely shouldn't be texting me. He's gonna get in so much trouble because his deal is he used to be real slick back in the day.
Right.
Right. Whatever that magic touch he had no longer exists.
Not so slick
Because
anymore.
he gets caught doing everything, And I'm just talking about, he's not, boy, I'm throwing him under the bus, ain't I? Like, hey, he'll see someone attractive and clearly, and look at him and, and not hide it very well.
Like
And
that.
his wife would just be like,
like that GIF,
yeah,
like,
just looking. What are you looking at? What do you mean? I thought I saw someone I knew, and there's like no one else. Like, it's not even a good excuse,
yeah.
And I'm just, hey, he's my dad. He's 72. He has, I'm not gonna get into it totally, but he has some health issues he's dealing with. And so he's sending me just his perspective of sitting on the beach and some of the sights and sounds. I'm like, Dad, stop doing this. This is not gonna go well for you.
There's many different ways this could go wrong for you too. Right.
And I'm gonna tell you one of them. Because I'm guaranteed she's sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
And he's oblivious to that fact, or he thinks she's walked off, or whatever else,
Yeah.
Just whatever,
Oh my God, that's great.
He's off Facebook now.
Well, that's kind of an off again, on again thing, isn't it? Or is it off?
It's been. He had to bring in Richie St. John to delete his whole account.
The whole thing.
It actually finally did get hacked.
Yep.
and someone hacked it and started posting pictures of a car and all these other things that they wanted to sell for ridiculously low prices, and they actually catfished some of his friends. Who maybe aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer. I'm sorry. To send them like cash. And he found out, like, someone called him and said, "Hey, did you get that 400? I wired you." My dad, "What are you talking about?" You know, and that piqued my dad's interest.
Yeah.
"No, I haven't. Where's it at?"
take it.
Yeah, take it. You know, he has no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But they were, if you want me to hold this car for you, send me $400. And people were doing it. And look, I don't know. And Richie, here's the deal. Facebook's over. His wife, he said, "We're done. We're done with Facebook.
Yeah.
We're out." And he was real like, "That's right. I don't need Facebook anymore." But then I could see the look of sorrow in his, he's done a lot of good work and bad work on Facebook.
Yeah.
The Facebook Marketplace, he sold cars.
Yep.
He sold patio furniture. He's done, and that's why it was somewhat believable when the person
Right.
hacked it,
Right.
And I even called and said, Are you selling this Honda for $2,200? Because if so, I'll buy it. That's a great deal. What do you mean? I would. He was more mad there. I wouldn't sell it for that. Make me look like an idiot. I go,
I actually think I remember Kelly telling me sometime, Steven's dad's.
This guy's selling it all. And it says, "We're moving. We're selling everything." And like, he's not going anywhere. He's not selling nothing. So there you go.
When she asked me too, because I don't spend much time on Facebook these days. I remember her saying to me now something like, "Steven's dad come up with cars he's selling for really cheap," and I was like, "I don't ask questions on that stuff."
You don't. Because for a while there, he would sell things, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know where it's from.
Yep.
I
Don't
know
ask.
that.
No
I
questions.
just tried. I said, "Here's the deal. Don't tell me."
Yeah. I don't want to know.
Because if someone asks me, "Where'd your dad get that car?" I want to honestly say, "I don't know.
Right.
I just don't know."
Right.
So,
The less I know, the better. Well, I hope his trip is going well. Apart from
but that point is, I need, so if something happens, I need to know because I am worried about him.
right.
Yeah. Because like I said, he's been battling numerous health issues, and I just want to. And so that, you got kids everywhere, and it puts me on edge.
Yeah.
When someone can't get a hold of me.
Yeah.
But cellular outage nationwide, people. So if you were out there like me trying to figure out what the hell you did wrong to your phone, it's not us. It's okay.
Yeah. Hopefully
They
they
better
get it
fix
sorted
it
out
out.
soon.
They better fix it. This better not be now. And then Drake is like Lebo, and then feeds into my OCD, my fears. And he brought up the idea of a cyber attack. I'm like,
Ooh, could happen.
why aren't you guys getting cyber attacked?
Well,
Why
we
am
have
I
different
getting
kinds. We have different kinds of phones.
I
than
don't
you.
care.
That might be why your kind's getting attacked right now.
I'm an Android. I get it. You
Yeah.
make fun. My kids make fun. So what? I like
Green
it.
text.
Yeah, it's big letters. I get to see it.
Dude, I've been having that boat too
Blindy
now.
over here. I get
Yeah.
a big screen so I
Big
can see
font,
everything.
yeah.
Gigantic font.
Can see
I
it
have
from
the
across the
biggest-
street.
Oh yeah, I got the biggest font
yeah.
in town.
Oh yeah,
So,
I got old man font on my phone
there's
now. I
like
don't care.
only like 4 or 5 words on the screen at a time. Dad, Mom wants to know. Scroll. What you want? Scroll. For scroll dinner.
Dinner's like hyphenated down.
DINNER. We'll take a break. Back into this on WHP.